Okay, so this is non-calc paper, so we need to do everything without calc. So to add fractions, it's the easiest way to make them improper fractions. So 1 times 2 plus 1 gives, ooh, lazy, 3 over 2 plus 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1, so that's 10 over 3. Oh, that was a 2. So if we're adding fractions, we need to have the same denominator. So at the moment it's a 2 and a 3. I need to change them both to be 6. So to do that, I multiply both of these by 3. So that gives me 9 over 6. And these I have to multiply by 2. Gives me 20 over 6. So that gives me 29 over 6. And 6 is going to 29 4 times with 5. 6 remaining. Alexis and Bertrand share the sum of money in the ratio of 3 to 5. Alexis receives 36. So if it's in Alexis to Bertram 3 to 5, Alexis gets 36. So how do we go from a 3 to a 36? We times by 12. So we times this by 12, which means that Bertrand gets $60. Find the median of these numbers, so we need to put them in size order first. 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, 16, and 20. Just count them to make sure you have more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The median would be halfway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cut them in half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be the mean between these 2 points, which hopefully you can see is 11.5. Work out angle ACB. ACB. So we're trying to find this angle here. Well, because we know these are parallel lines, and we know this angle here is 42, that means that these are alternate angles, which means that is also 42. Because this is an isosceles triangle, I know that these two angles are equal, and that the sum of that triangle is 180, so we would do 180 minus 42, which gives us 138, and we would divide that by 2. And if you can't do that in your head, we've got problems. So we say 2's into 13 goes 6, remainder 1. 2's into 18 goes 9. So that's 69 degrees each. By rounding each number to one significant figure, estimate the value of this calculation. Show where you're working. So we need to round to one significant figure. So 11.37 is just 10. 289 would be 300. 52.3 would be 50. And 99.6 would be 100. So 300 times 10 is 3,000. 50 plus 100 is 150. Okay, we can divide by 10, which gives me 30 over 15. 15 goes into 30 twice, and we have a 0. So the answer is 20. A buyer's die has 6 faces. Jose rolls the die. Find the probability it's even. So the even is this one, or this one. So 12 plus 16 plus 14. So 16 plus 14 is 30. So it's 42 out of a possible 60. Jose rolls the die 1,200 times. Find the expected number that it would be even. So it's 42 over 60 multiplied by 1,200. Okay, so this is not so easy in your head, but we know the rules of multiplying. If I make that a fraction, we can simplify them if we can. So we can divide both top and bottom by 10. 6 goes into 120. So 6 goes into here once, and here 20 times. And then we've just got 42 times 20, so 2 times 42 is 84, and add a 0, so it would be 840. hopefully followed all of that explaining. Solve inequality. So to solve inequalities, we need to treat them as though they're fractions. We have x's on one side, numbers on the other. So I'm going to add x to both sides and subtract 2 from both sides. So that leaves me with 7 is greater than, oops, a daisy, 7x. And then obviously divide both sides by 7, so 1 is greater than x, so x is less than 1. Note, my small point is closest to the x, so when I rewrite it, I've written that x is less than 1. Find the value of p if x cubed divided by xp gives me x5. So I know the rule is when we're dividing with the same base that we subtract the powers. So 3 take away p has to give us 5, which means that p is -2. Rearranging this, so add p to both sides, subtract 5 from both sides, it is 3 minus 5 equals p, and 3 take away 5 is -2. So work out the square root of 2 to the power 6. Different ways of doing this. Probably the easiest way is the square root of 2 is 2 to the power half. We know that when we have powers outside a bracket, we multiply them, so that's 2 cubed, which is 8. You could have said that root 2, root 2, root 2, root 2, root 2, 6. And we know this is 2. This is 2 and this is 2, so it gives us 2 times 2 times 2. As I said, different ways of doing them. 1 over 8 to the -1/3. Oh, it's the easiest way to get you to think about this. Okay, so if we've got, if we focus on the 8 to the -1/3 for now, so we know that 8 to the -1/3 is 1 over 8 to the +3rd, and we know that the to the power 1/3 means the cube root of 8, so that means 1 over 2. So 8 to the -1/3 is equal to 1/2. So we've got 1 divided by 1/2, or 1 divided by 1/2. We divide fractions, we multiply by their reciprocal, which gives us 2. Factorize completely. So I can see I've got a common factor of 3 and x. So that was me 4x minus 9y. Oh, don't know why I wrote it there, should have written over there. And the next one, I'll split this into 2 halves. So I've got 4a that's common here, gives me a plus 2b. And I've got minus c that's common here, which gives me a plus 2b. Which gives me 4a minus c and a plus 2b. It's just like when we do the factorising with a number in front of the quadratic. Rationalised denominator means we're going to multiply by root 7 over 7, because remember we can't change it, and that's equal to 1. So that just gives us root 7 over 7. Proportional question, and so they've given us the proportional statement. So we change it to be y equals k over root x. And x is 4, y is 3, so it's 3 equals k over root 4. So k is 3 times 2, so k is 6, so it's y equals 6 over root x. Write the vectors p, q and r in terms of a and b. P. So for p to get from here to here, we need to go, well, we can go, let me try and do these colours. So if I keep A like that, so I could do that movement, and then if B is that movement, I could do that. So that would be A plus B. Q. So let's go back to this one. So that would be that. And then that again. And then that. So it's like a jigsaw puzzle. We're just trying to move using the blue and the green to get from one end to the other. So that's obviously 2A, and this one is B. So it's 2, oops. Oh dear. And R, ooh, R. So R, we could go opposite to A and opposite to A. So that's minus 2A, and then we could add on B. That's minus 2A plus B. Okay, next one, find the value of y. So we've got lots of log statements on the right. We need to join these all together. Some of them have numbers in front, so remember if you have a number in front it can come up as a power. So I'm just going to focus on the right hand side, so I'm going to change that to be log 3 squared plus log 2 cubed minus log 6. 3 squared is 9, so that's log 9, plus 2 cubed is 8, so it's log 8, minus log 6. When you're adding log statements, you can multiply the numbers, so that's log of 72. And when you're subtracting them, we divide our numbers, so that's log of 72 divided by 6, which is 12. So that gives log 12. And it says find the value of y. So if log 12 is equal to log y, then y is 12. Solve 17's equations, you must show you working. So this is on the non-cap paper, so we've got no choice but to do all our working. So remember we need to have the same coefficient in front of either the x's or the y's. So I'm going to multiply this whole equation by 5 and this equation by 2. So 15x plus 10y equals negative 25, and 4x minus 10y equals 6. There we can see that these two disappear when we add them. So we get 19x equals negative 19, x equals negative 1. And so we can stick that value into any one of the others. So 3 times negative 1 plus 2y equals negative 5. So x is negative 1. Oh, it's a daisy. X is negative 1 and y is negative 1. Last one, sketch the graph of y equals x cubed plus 2. Give the coordinates for the point where it crosses the y-axis. So, if I'm hoping you remember that a basic cubic graph looks like this normally. This plus 2 means that the whole graph is shifted up 2 units. So this point here is now 2. And they want to know the coordinate where it crosses the x-axis. That's the coordinate 0, 2. Oh, 0. Oh dear. Sketch the graph of 2 cos x. So normally we're looking at 90, 180, 270, 360, but obviously this time we're looking at 90 and negative 90. Our cos curve starts normally at 1, but because of this 2 here, it's going to start up at 2. and it's going to go down to -2. So if we would normally go from here to here and then down, and then we carry on going to the right, obviously we know that this one would be doing that. Give the coordinates where it crosses the y-axis again. That's the coordinate 0, 2. That's that paper finished. Oh, 15 minutes, sorry.